Good morning and welcome everybody to this Concise Webinar. What do you need to know about Trustpilot? Joining me today is Gareth Lane and Hayley Norton. Gareth, as you know, is from Concise Digital and Hayley is from Trustpilot. So we're very pleased to have Hayley here because Hayley is the full bottle on Trustpilot. And I'll explain why. Welcome, Hayley.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Pleasure. Gareth?
Hello, this is the Gareth voice reporting for duty, but the Gareth voice is going to be quiet today for a change. So I will ask some tough questions at the end. How's that?
There you go. Looking forward to that. Okay. So today, for people who haven't been to one of the Concise webinars before, this is, as you say, a Concise webinar. We try to run these through in 25, 30 minutes tops, and we run these without waffle, without sales pitches, and we try to make them 100% education with business information you can use. This session is being recorded and is available, or will be available for viewing later if you want to rewatch. And also with Q&A, we're happy to take questions along the way, and there will be time for Q&A at the end. Let me just background why we're doing this session. This is what you need to know about Trustpilot is why we're calling this, and as you can see there's the smiling Hayley. This situation came about a few weeks ago when a number of our clients used Trustpilot, but a few weeks ago one of our clients said that he in fact had received a bad review on Trustpilot and asked me for help what to do in that situation. And I gave him some advice, and I thought, well, actually, you know what? Let's find out from Trustpilot exactly what to do in situations like that. And the guys at Trustpilot were very helpful. And in fact, I realized at that point that it would be helpful for us at Concise to develop a closer relationship with Trustpilot, because it really is a very important part of what goes on the web. And Concise, as I say, we have a number of clients using Trustpilot. Concise has now become a Trustpilot partner, mainly because we want to be able to focus on being able to recommend the best advice to our clients, and also to be able to work closely with Trustpilot to help implement Trustpilot properly, and also to handle any issues as they came along. In the time that we were discussing with Trustpilot, I was talking with Hayley and I said, hey, we run these webinars. I think it would be really helpful if we were to share some of the information on Trustpilot with our clients and anyone else who wants to participate in these webinars. And so that's the reason for this webinar. This is not a session to sell Trustpilot to anybody. This is a session, an information session, to try to explain what Trustpilot is, how best to use it, how not to use it, and some tips to get best use out of it. So with that, I'm going to hand the talking stick over to Hayley and say, Hayley, you'll take it away. You're very welcome to say whatever you want. Oh, by the way, everyone, Hayley's got a lot of slides to rip through, and so she told me she's going to be able to do this in a concise way. So Hayley, challenge is on.
Let's do this. Thanks so much, Richard and Gareth, for having me, and welcome to everyone else joining us today. My role here, as you mentioned, I'm the partner manager, so I help our partners and the businesses they work with all over the world get seen, get sold, and get better online. So today we're going to cover off the following topics, as you've mentioned. So what is Trustpilot? Who uses Trustpilot? How do you get reviews? What to do when you get reviews? The top tips for success and traps to avoid. And everyone wants to know, how much does it cost? But we're not selling you, we're educating you. So let's get started. So first of all, what is Trustpilot? We are the world's most powerful review platform, and we're built on openness and collaboration. So we are a community. Trustpilot, we help consumers to make better purchasing decisions, and businesses showcase and improve their service. So a little bit of a background. We are, as you mentioned, a pretty passionate bunch of people, and we're all over the world. So we launched in 2007 in Copenhagen, and we have offices now in London, in New York and Denver, in Vilnius, which is in Lithuania for those playing at home, in Berlin and in Melbourne. So there's around 750 of us trustees, and we represent around 45 different nationalities. We're pretty proud of achieving the following results too. I'm not just going to read from the slides. I will say we do have a ton of monthly impressions on our Trustbox widgets online, and we do have a global Alexa ranking of 316 as of July 2020. So it puts us in the top 1% of most visited websites from all around the world. We've had about 420,000 websites reviewed, and as you can see, we're almost about to crack 100 million customer reviews. So as you're a digital crowd, I thought you'd be interested in our domain authority. And domain authority is essentially how well your profile page would rank in search. So Google's is 100, that's pretty much as high as you can get, and Trustpilot has a domain authority of 93. So we're in the top 300 websites in Australia, listed at 275 as of July. And of course, we can only do this with the help of consumers, businesses, partnerships, and customers in conjunction with our review platform and our global SEO authority, which is compared to key competitors. So there's been a significant decline globally in trust recently, and Trustpilot help businesses with their online reputation strategies. And we help them to get seen, get sold, and get better with Trustpilot in 3 main ways. Helping you understand your customer through easily collecting genuine reviews, making you money by increasing traffic and on-site conversion and reducing basket bounce, and saving you money, boosting your SEO and cutting customer acquisition costs. More than just a rating, Trustpilot stars signify to the world that a company has nothing to hide, loves its customers, and shares our mission to create ever-improving experiences for everyone. The businesses that work with us can use their customer insights to improve their business and showcase that third-party validation directly on their website and in their marketing and at various touch points throughout the customer journey, with the ultimate goal of driving growth. So as a business, we're lucky we're in a position where we have such a strong why. And to be a universal symbol of trust is not working towards something one day, maybe. It's a specific why, and our people and our goals and our mindsets and our partners and so much more make it possible. So being that our mission is to be a universal symbol of trust, everywhere you see that symbol, you must know that you can trust our company and our product. So we have to earn that trust and re-earn it over and over. We can never assume we've already won on trust. So for a trust symbol to be trusted, it should work for both companies and consumers and be independent of both, obviously. And why? Because our vision has always been to help companies and consumers, not one or the other. And this separates us from other review sites. They're about reviews as an e-commerce tool. We're about that too, obviously, but above that is trust and the open collaboration that creates trust. So our values tell us how to earn trust and how we build our platform, sell our products when it gets to that, who we partner with, the language we use, and how we work with one another day to day. Trust is why Peter, our CEO, started Trustpilot, and it's the single biggest priority for our company, full stop. So who uses Trustpilot? Trustpilot is an open and transparent review platform, so we're open to all consumers and companies and independent of both. We don't let the companies cherry pick their reviews, and we allow all consumers to voice their opinion, as we found out last week, didn't we? So we present credible reviews back to consumers and companies. They really understand what their customers are saying. So as a 360-degree review platform, we help businesses collect service, product, photo, and location reviews. And sometimes the reviews come on their own. So we'll talk about that in a minute. This, alongside of us having superior SEO authority compared to key competitors, means that many businesses work with Trustpilot as part of achieving their marketing goals and their business strategies. So our local team of partner managers, account execs, business development managers, and customer success in Melbourne provide assistance with reputation strategies based on industry-specific knowledge, technical onboarding and integrations, and setup. And once reviews are collected, we guide businesses on best practices to display the reviews as well. Due to the nature of what we do here at Trustpilot in Melbourne, we work with all businesses from B2B to e-com to service-based businesses and pretty much everyone in between. So here's a list of our mixed customers in the APAC region. And as you can see, it varies a lot. And as we're an open platform, you can search for a company or category at trustpilot.com. Our businesses self-select their categories and consumers can search them on the consumer sites, which house the service and the location reviews. As such, businesses can customize their profile pages so consumers can learn more about the business. And when consumers click on the business page, this can take them to specific places on their website. Consumers spend on average about 5 minutes on Trustpilot profile pages. And you can set yours up for free, or you can customize it like our customers have on the right.
Yeah, I think it's important just to mention that Trustpilot doesn't have to have a cost. It is something that is available to be used for free.
That's right. Free, open for all, community. Yeah, that's right. Thank you. Here are some retail and e-commerce customers in APAC as well. So everyone's burning question, how do you get Trustpilot reviews? Sometimes reviews just happen, don't they, Richard?
Yeah, Richard's got a very, very simple approach to how do you get Trustpilot reviews. You either ask for them or people give them to you without you asking for them.
Exactly right. And how do they do that? Well, we will help you always with best practices on collecting reviews, whether it's free or paid. We recommend you just let people know that you're asking for reviews. So let's cover off in a little bit more detail. We're an open platform, as I said, so anyone can leave a review if you have a domain. So basically any business that has a domain can have a Trustpilot profile, whether they do it or someone else does it for them. And anyone can leave that review, similar to Google or Facebook. So the reviews are traceable with Trustpilot, and you'd need to put in your credentials, and there are other ways as well. But at any point in the journey, you can claim your free Trustpilot profile page, and we can help you if needed to journey from free to paid if it's of interest. But you can go at your own pace, which I think is important. So whether it's product reviews or photo reviews, service reviews, or even location reviews you're looking for, obviously we work together, Richard, with the Concise team to help businesses start collecting reviews at any stage and doing things with them. 79% of consumers trust product reviews as much as a personal recommendation. And I think this is important because we're unable in many parts of the country and the region to see friends and family as much. And so it's important that we note people are going online to do this. So there's 5 ways to invite customers to leave reviews, and that way you can gather lots of valuable feedback. So this is included in the free plan as well. It's important to note. So firstly, asking your customers to review you. When you speak to them on the phone or you chat with them online, just let them know that you'd like them to leave a review on Trustpilot. You've probably been asked to leave a review when you visited a restaurant or a tourist destination, maybe not recently, but sometime. They ask you because it works. Part 2, send an email after they made a purchase. In our experience, there's often a large pool of customers who don't think about leaving reviews, and sometimes all it takes to activate these customers is just a polite request. So if you make it easy for them and remind them that their opinions matter, and keep the review invitation emails short and simple and on topic, they'll be the most successful in getting customers to provide feedback about their experience. And we even have an optimized email invitation template in our free plan to help you get started. Also, you can embed a link in your communications. So if you think it's too much trouble to just email everyone, just make it easy for yourself and insert that link on your evaluation page and put it in your emails and just politely invite people to leave a review. Nice and simple. You can also use that link on your website, and that will send customers directly to your company's profile page on Trustpilot where they can leave that review. You could get creative and include a postcard in your packages. So you might consider making the most of a range of customizable stationery, which is available. And it's super easy to put together a catchy and attractive postcard, inviting people to leave a review. And then you can send it to all the people that you send packages to, showing them how to go to Trustpilot in a few easy steps. There's around 28 different ways to invite with Trustpilot, which is a lot. So we'll always find a way for every business to invite that matches their customer journey and their marketing plans. And those can be manual invites, automatic, or other. We can meet your needs of ways to invite. And Trustpilot is a Google review partner. So that means that Google recognizes Trustpilot as a trusted source of transparent and legitimate customer reviews. And Google distinguishes between invited and non-invited organic reviews. So invited reviews count towards Google seller ratings and uninvited organic reviews do not. Google uses Trustpilot review data to provide insight to searchers so that they can make better purchasing decisions. Through our partnership, we can help with seller ratings on Google Ads, Google Shopping, and Google Search Partners, through to product ratings on shopping ads in Google Search and Shopping. So let's look at some examples of how our partnership and the collection of verified reviews feeding into Google can help businesses just like yours. So collecting service reviews allows you to grow and show the trust in your brand, and you can show and tell the story of your customers' experience and turn their feedback into real business results. So this highlights the importance of independent reviews. The criteria for achieving Google seller ratings on service reviews is a minimum of 100 verified reviews with a 3.5-star average rating within 12 months per country. That's what we'll see if we click on the stars. So what are the benefits of those Google seller ratings? Google tells us that showing seller ratings on your ads can boost your ads click-through rate by up to 10%. So I'm sure lots of people would think that is an advantage. Now let's look at product reviews. So they're shown on your website and they give customers the opportunity to review specific products they've purchased from your business. They're not shown on Trustpilot. Instead, you can display them on your business's website, typically next to a product in your online shop, so customers can read them before making a purchase decision. And the requirements to display those ratings in Google Shopping are 3 reviews per product, 50 in the total product feed, and you must regularly share all your product reviews with Google. And with our product review integration, you can add stars to your Google Shopping ads to improve your click-through rate. And so those Google Shopping ads are, according to Google, to promote your online and local inventory, boost traffic to your website and local store, and find better qualified leads. So the shopping ads with ratings are available in several countries. I've got a question here. Does Trustpilot consolidate reviews from other sites? Could you pull reviews from Google My Business, Facebook, etc., or reviews on Trustpilot are their own? i.e. a customer would have to add a review to Facebook and Trustpilot. So we don't pull reviews from other sources. However, we can integrate Trustpilot reviews through Facebook. If someone has more than 2,000 likes on their Facebook page, they can pull through their review tab, but their Trustpilot review tab onto Facebook. And those reviews on Google My Business and Facebook are organic reviews. And so the distinction is that when we're feeding into Google, we are collecting verified reviews. So those organic reviews wouldn't count towards any of those gains. Hopefully that answers your question. We're not an aggregate site. And we can pull our product reviews across as well from other platforms if needed. And it's just on product reviews, not service reviews. Good question. So to be listed in Google Shopping, as I mentioned, your company must have a minimum of 50 product reviews in your feed, and for one of your products reviews to show up in Google Shopping, it needs at least 3 reviews, one of which being from a customer that you invited. So there are also some important features that are not due to our agreement with Google, which can help you stand out in search if you choose to use Trustpilot to help with your reputation management. And I will note that this does apply if your reputation is good or bad, which is important, isn't it, Richard?
Yes, it is, Hayley. Yeah, no, it is.
Definitely. So Trustpilot actually has a really good authority in Google search, which, as we said, was important because you will stand out whether your reputation is good, bad, pretty, or ugly because of how we rank in search. And that's not just us saying it. As you can see, we've been listed recently by Moz.com, which is a global SEO authority. You can see what they have said about us, and we are in the top 500, up from, I think, 396 back last year. And none of our competitors are there. So I'm pretty proud of that.
Yeah, that is pretty impressive.
Now, why we focus on reviews so much? As I've said, we focus on a lot of things here at Trustpilot, but it's because it can have some really good success stories. And that does include improving click-through rates, which is quite dramatic. Now, Richard, you asked me how that is possible. It's been done by Conversion Excel, so I think that's really cool to note.
Yeah. No, yeah, we can get to questions. Yep.
Awesome. I'm just loading the next slide. So here we can see how important having reviews is on influencing sales. Don't just take our word for it. Spiegel Research Centre had a look at this in how online reviews influence sales. Now onto the other burning question, what to do when you actually receive those reviews, good, bad, or fake even. You're obviously going to come across negative reviews from time to time, and that's okay. So customers actually will believe your reviews are authentic and credible, so don't freak out when you get a review if it's not perfect. 77% of customers trust a site actually that doesn't just have 5-star reviews. So also a whopping 95% of consumers say they would be suspicious of fake reviews if there are no bad reviews at all.
And that's a really important point. If everything's rosy, then it's a bit too good to be true in most people's minds.
Definitely.
Yeah, because people are real, you know. People realize that not every business gets everything perfect for everybody. And it's about how businesses respond to lack of perfection.
Good segue. Customers actually expect businesses to respond, believe it or not. Over 2/3 expect a comment or a private message about their feedback. So your response obviously is important, and the goal is to get the issue resolved and show that you're handling it. But also it's a time to showcase your outstanding customer experience. And as you can see here on the right-hand side, resolving those issues really has positive results for the future of your business. And some even delete or change the negative review. We see that a lot. So reviews from your customers, they provide valuable feedback for your business, as I mentioned, and replying really helps you build trust and engage in an open conversation because people see that. So that's why we advise business users to take the time to respond and communicate with both happy and unhappy customers, and to view reading and replying to customer reviews as an important part of managing your customer feedback. So here are our top tips to help you respond in a way that reflects favorably on you and your business. So 1, never argue with your customers. Take note of what's being said, then respond appropriately and professionally, and consider providing the customer with your contact information to resolve the issue offline. Number 2, don't go into too many details when responding. Just express your apologies and contact the customer offline, and make it a personalized response to show empathy with their situation. Number 3, we all know nobody's perfect, and we're going to learn from positive and negative reviews. So take the reviews that your customers are giving you as some valuable feedback. If they're positive, they're confirming you're doing things right, and with negative, they're giving feedback on areas you can improve. Part 4, as I said, it's all in the open platform. It's important to remember that consumers actually look at profiles. As I said, they can spend up to 5 minutes on there, and they're paying close attention to how your company reacts and responds. So it demonstrates in your response how engaged you are and how caring your company is. So how you actively listen and respond, you can create a sense of trust with that. And then lastly, thank your customers, regardless of the happy or sad. If you always finish on a positive, you show that you appreciate their time and you're approachable as a company and as people in that company. So replying actually wins you respect and credibility. It shows off your customer service and demonstrates you care. And negative reviews, there's no reason to panic. We all know you can't please everyone all the time, but you can use the feedback in a positive way to learn, improve, and reply to build trust, fix problems, and win more business.
Yeah, I think customers want to know how businesses respond to problems that other people have, so that they then get a sense of how that business is likely to respond to them if they have a problem. And it's such an important thing to bear in mind that people judge way before they have an experience directly. Yep. People are judging whether they want to deal with you before they even talk to you.
Definitely. We get some burning questions, and those include, should I reply to critical reviews even if I disagree? Can I win over unhappy customers and boost my brand with a good response? And will the odd negative review make people trust my reviews more? So the answer, I'm sure you already know, is yes. It's usually a yes that we tell them, because businesses are surprised often to learn that bad reviews have positive effects, such as giving them the chance to respond and show they care. And companies that strategically reply to reviews benefit significantly.
Yeah, I thought it was really interesting, the article that your CEO wrote recently. That one of the quotes from that was that as I recall, one bad review responded to well is worth 10 good reviews.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. I think that's very powerful. Thanks for bringing that up.
Yeah.
So we know now that we can't ignore, oh, I'm missing a slide. Sorry about that. There we go. So we know now that we, oh, no,
Hang on,
sorry.
I think you might have gone the wrong way. So this.
There we are.
There you
go. So we now know if you receive good reviews, you should definitely be thinking about sharing them on social media, which a lot of people don't think of. But what it does is you can share it on social media or website widgets, some of which are included on the free platform. It showcases third-party validated content of your reputation. So that way you're trusted, not just by what you say, but what your customers say.
Yeah.
So then what do we do if someone needs to flag or report a review? If there's any review on your company page that violates our guidelines, you can report it for 5 reasons, which are listed here. And the first one includes hate speech or discrimination, terrorism, threats or violence, obscenity or defamation. The second one, we can remove things like names, phone numbers, addresses, email addresses, and anything that could be used to identify someone, but we don't remove information that's already in the public domain. Obviously, advertising or promotional is not acceptable or is something not based on a genuine experience. But being about a different business, it could be about another domain, it could be about another business entirely, or you might not recognize the reviewer. So you can use our Find a Reviewer tool. Obviously, we take content integrity very seriously here at Trustpilot, and we're doubling down on that. And so what will happen after companies report reviews is that there'll be a ticket, content integrity handles that ticket, and the review is either put back online or kept offline after the investigation. So if a review is reported that violates the guidelines, the reviewer may be asked to edit it, and if the review can't be made compliant, it may be removed.
But you don't just remove bad reviews because they said something bad about a business, you know, and neither you should.
Yeah.
Neither you should.
That's right. So good segue as well. So let's just have a quick chat. We know that we can't ignore the voice of the customer anymore, and we know that it's part of the journey of every single customer to check reviews. And it doesn't only just help them to make decisions, but it helps to convert sales, and it also helps to establish trust. So an overwhelming majority of consumers report checking reviews before making purchases, and about 45% indicate they use reviews now more than they have in the past. And obviously this is only going to increase with the continued growth of e-com into the next decade. So we've followed the numbers pretty closely, and we can see that recently more people have gone online to get what they need, and we're seeing more reviews as a result. So over a quarter of people say they're checking more reviews now than they were before, and that's because they're concerned about scammers and they want to know how businesses are dealing with the virus. So they're coming to Trustpilot to get honest opinions and experiences. So continuing to ensure trust is increasingly important. So we need to make it easy for people to find your reviews. Trustpilot profile pages, as I said, tend to appear high up as a top search result, often with rich snippet stars, and they're backed by our review platform credibility built for people and businesses. So the profile pages appearing at the top or near the top because of our high domain authority means that you shouldn't let your reputation go unchecked. And when people search for reviews of your brand, you can see what they can find just by doing it yourself, which is quite simple. Search a business and reviews. So we want to make sure we establish trust and reply to reviews, as I mentioned. So actually 95% of unhappy customers will return to your business if their issues resolve quickly and efficiently, which points us back to a good response to a bad review being worth 10 good reviews. And even whether it's good or bad, we just encourage you to reply. So looking at showcasing review content, oops. I'm missing a slide here, sorry. We want to make sure that you're listening to your customers, whether it's good or bad. And the reason being is that you get valuable feedback, obviously. So we've worked with Aussie Bum to transform their business because before they did have quite a story going on there. And obviously they had a lot of negative organic reviews coming in before they started collecting reviews with us. And that can be quite common because often people leave negative reviews in a few places as a negative dumping ground because they've had a really bad experience, and that's just human nature. So don't be too worried, because on the flip side, we see a lot of companies inviting all their customers, get an accurate representation after they've claimed their profile, so they're representative of their whole client base. So now you can see where Aussie Bum are at now. So they're almost at 10,000 reviews, which is very exciting. We are going to launch some more information about their journey coming up. And one thing that we notice a lot around here, not just about Aussie Bum, but it's not just about the positive reviews, it's obviously about what businesses have learned from the negative reviews so they can improve and grow. And then they can showcase that online, which is important because social proof actually influences consumers to make a purchase, and around 66% of customers said the presence of social proof increased their likelihood to buy a product. So share it around. And here's some examples. You might recognize them. All right, so what do? We make sure we keep a cool head and reply. And we want to make sure we're turning negative reviews to your advantage to help you win respect and loyalty, to show off your service, to boost sales, to signal authenticity and credibility, solving problems, which is important, and following up on complaints, and also getting valuable insights, obviously, to improve your business. We want to avoid being an over-reporter, and also, even if you believe a reviewer's version of events is incorrect, it often pays to briefly and politely respond with your side of the story. Even though you may not be able to win over every unhappy customer, people reading reviews are often savvy enough to see through unreasonable complaints. So as I said, don't be an over-reporter. Each review can be reported for only one reason, and we'll assess it for that specific reasons. We know that, for example, some options aren't available in specific circumstances. So one example is if you invite a customer to review your business, you obviously can't report their review for not being based on a genuine experience. Makes sense, right?
Yeah.
And you need to use the Find a Reviewer tool before you can report reviews for not being based on a genuine experience, because it'll save you time. Our content integrity team will just get you to do this anyway, so it's best practice to get into the habit early. Super simple. And we want to make sure you report consistently and fairly. So if a review is being flagged because it's negative and contains personal information, you should probably also report positive reviews for containing personal information. And we have a transparent flagging feature, so it gives people an overview of reporting activities and star ratings, as you can see there. And also, just disagreeing with facts, as I said before, it doesn't mean you can remove or flag the review, but we're also not a court of law, so we have to take a neutral stance, but just reply to show your side, win respect, be nice, and show up your customer service, and show that you care, most importantly. So content integrity, they'll notify you of the outcome of each review. So don't panic, you can't please everyone, is the bottom line. Just use your feedback in a positive way and just show how you can build trust, fix problems, and win more business. So guess what? I'm not going to throw in any steak knives, but I will tell you it's free. So you can start for free. And I think that's important because a lot of people ask us, and we are an open and transparent platform. So a lot of our community are using free. We have a free platform. We have a standard platform. And so customers or users can basically do what they need to do. So you can add on other modules if you go through and purchase a standard platform, which starts at $189 per month. But we offer our customers and our users a flexible approach on what they use and buy and when they do that. So we recommend only what we identify as a true solution to tackle customers' challenges and pain points, which are all unique to every customer. So you can unlock the modules as you need to build your own journey and boost trust. So, yeah. One thing I will say is we help you with those best practices, and we also help you obviously to implement. So that's another thing that's important. So that'll help you with your reach and your results and your level of support.
Well, thank you, Hayley. That was a quick rip through, and now we're on to, hang on, we're on to our...
Sorry, I bumped the thing there.
That's all right. No, that's okay, cool. So we're on to our Q&A now. So thank you. That was a fast track through the world of Trustpilot. Now, there have been a few questions coming in. One, are there any score ratings put on Trustpilot reviews? Do positive reviews get shown higher up, or do negative reviews get priority? How does that work at all?
So we have a Bayesian average, and we can talk about that. So essentially how it works is that, say if somebody has just one review and it's 5 stars, it wouldn't be fair to have them show as a 5-star company because it's just one review, right? So there's a lot to it. We actually have a support article which I can share with the audience as well, which explains the weighting and the trust scores. But essentially, because it's an open and transparent platform, people can search that profile page to see the 5, the 4, the 3, the 2, the 1. So the community can actually see those reviews.
Yeah,
but the weighting is volume and timing and.
Yeah, but there's no weighting based on the score it's given.
Well, there are ratings, and you can actually see your average rating and the trust score.
Sorry, rating, no, not weighting.
Oh, weightings.
W-E-I-G-H-T.
Yes, there are. So I'll share that link with you after the call, Richard, and we can pop that in the notes below.
Okay, cool. So another question's come in. Who owns the reviews on Trustpilot? If a business uses Trustpilot and then decides not to, what happens to the reviews?
But so the reviews will, the service reviews.
You actually decide not to use Trustpilot? I mean, you can't.
You can.
Yeah.
You can choose to use it and choose not to use it.
Yeah, but if you choose to have a paid subscription and then stop having a paid subscription, then does that just go back to a free, or does everything get deleted?
Yes. No, it doesn't get deleted because we're an open and transparent platform. So the profile page will stay there, unlike some other platforms. But what will happen is those reviews will stay there, and some of the functionality of the platform, which includes lots of different features, obviously, will drop back to the free platform. So go from the standard. You won't be able to use widgets and things like that for placement on your site. You'll be able to use the limited number of widgets and other features that you can use on the free platform, which is all available on our page. You can check that all out.
So a business doesn't actually get the choice whether their reviews on their business are going to be on Trustpilot or not. Consumers create the reviews, and then the business just has to put up with it. Is that how it works?
They can choose what they do with the reviews. So what can happen is, say, for example, they're getting, we don't censor the reviews. So say, for example, someone's getting 1s or 2s. The business doesn't have to show those 1s or 2s on their Facebook, on their website, in the widgets and things like that. They can show what they like to show, but it will ultimately link back to their profile page, which consumers are pretty savvy. They already know how to check out a business from the widgets, and they know how to check out Trustpilot as well. So the business, they have the option to share the love around, as I showed you in those social posts and some of the widgets and things like that before on the visuals. But essentially that information is public because we're an open, transparent platform.
Okay, another question. Are the reviews shown on a website indexed by search bots on a page, or only on the Trustpilot domain? So they're actually, it's both, isn't it?
It is, yes. So the product reviews and the photo reviews are housed on the business's page, and then the service and location reviews are housed on the Trustpilot page.
Okay. Gareth, can I invite you to come in and ask your questions?
I would like, and I'm sorry if this is a technical question you may or may not be able to answer, but I'm really quite interested to find out about the indexability of Trustpilot reviews on site. So if a bot looks at a landing page that has, say, 200 reviews, are they being indexed by the bot?
That's a good question.
Part of that content, aka adding domain authority weighting to that page, or is Trustpilot getting all the benefit?
No, I believe that the customer gets the benefit of that as well, and so I believe
the bot
the linking
does see it as, because there was potentially duplicate content issues.
I'll confirm that one offline, Gareth. I've not been asked that, but I'll ask the integrations team about that to confirm from the technical side.
Cool.
And we can put a note in the notes.
Yeah. Okay. I'll provide an example if you want, because they appear almost as like an iframe in a way. So
yes,
it'd be good to know the answer to that.
Yeah, so they are an iframe. And also for anyone who wants to know at home, we had a question come up yesterday and today. So I think it's probably a question that people do have, whether the widgets actually cause issues loading on a page, and they do not slow down the page. In fact, those iframes that the widgets are all in also load last as well. So that's important to note, because I don't believe the same is true for other reviews from different platforms.
All right.
That's it
Gareth,
for me.
That's it for you. Yeah. So Hayley, thank you. I think this has been a quick, as I say, a quick whip through the world of Trustpilot. There's certainly a lot to take in, but it's been really good. No, thank you. It's been really good getting an overview. I guess the key takeaways is whether you like it or not, well, not you, but whether businesses like it or not, Trustpilot exists. It's out there, and the businesses that don't know about it and don't know that their customers may be leaving reviews on it are at risk of getting bad reviews, or maybe getting good reviews, but getting bad reviews and not knowing about it, and not knowing how to respond when they do, or if they do. So part of what this webinar is about is having people understand what Trustpilot is, and it's out there whether you like it or not, and it's probably best to start liking it and at least understanding how it works so that you can handle things as they come in. And if you choose to use it, great. You know, if it's a good solution for you, for businesses, terrific. But it won't be for everybody. It will be for some. Hayley, thank you. That's been good. Anything you want to say to wrap up, Hayley?
No, but I actually may just comment on taking those reviews. As I mentioned earlier in the session, if it's product reviews, those product reviews can come in from other platforms or go out from Trustpilot, because product reviews are housed on the company site. So that's one thing just to note.
Right.
As a distinction from service reviews.
Yeah.
I should have clarified that on the question. But no, thank you so much for having me. Of course, you're well equipped to have those questions with the people that are listening. And yeah, if anyone has any questions, feel free to reach out on LinkedIn, and we'll put some notes afterwards when you pop up the recording.
Terrific. If anyone's got any other questions, now's a great time to ask. Otherwise, we're going to wrap up. So please ask away. Whilst you think about that, let me just tell you what's going on in the next upcoming fabulous Concise webinars. In 2 weeks' time, we're going to be, this is the What You Need to Know About series, and the next one in the series is What You Need to Know About Google My Business. There's been quite a few changes with Google My Business lately, and more are being planned by Google. They've released some information, and there's some things that are changing. So it's important to get on top of that one as well. And then 2 weeks after that, tips, traps, and tools for managing social media, how to improve the way that you may be managing social media for your business. And there's some interesting things happening in that space as well. So that's the next 2 Concise webinars coming up. In the absence of any other questions, we're going to wrap up now. So again, thank you very much, Hayley, for participating today, and Gareth, thank you for your voice. And if anyone
get a lot of airtime today, but
it doesn't. It's interesting when you don't speak a lot, but normally when you do, it's quite good.
Quite good. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's good. So Gareth is going to be getting more involved in the session in 2 weeks' time, which is the Google My Business one. That's definitely in his space wheelhouse. Yeah. So if you want any more help or info on any of this, please get in touch. And again, very happy to take questions afterwards. Thank you very much for participating in today's session, everybody, and hope you enjoyed. Thanks, everyone. Have a good day.
Thanks for having me. Have a good day.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.